What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. So, on the No Jumper podcast, Adam22 was going at Butta, basically saying he think Butta owns some of that stuff or whatever, because Butta was like basically in the Say Cheese interview talking about how he ran off with some money from Adam22, right? And Adam going at him or whatever and talking a little stuff about him, all of that. And on the No Jumper podcast, Almighty Suspect, and I believe that was Sharp in them. They looking at the footage, of Butta. Of Adam talking about Butta and all that type of stuff, right? So after the video goes off, Almighty Suspect start clowning Butta out, talking about he don't like Butta, and Butta is a B word, called him a bitch ass N word, right? And said he would slap him and all of that, right? And said he don't like Butta because Butta be was saying something about him, and he'll do this and he'll do that to Butta, and Butta chains be fake, and he calling him broke, calling him all type of stuff, just going in, right? And I don't know what it is. Like, not even just this. Something about Almighty Suspect's character, I do not like it. Like, he be trying to be overly tough. You ever met a dude that want everybody to just think he the toughest dude in the room every time? Every scenario, he got to be overly tough. He got to talk like he'll do this and he'll do that. That's Almighty Suspect to me. Every time he in a setting, he got to show that he gangster in some type of way, or he tough in some type of way. Like, and that overly tough bravado gets annoying real quick to me, and it's like you trying to overcompensate for something to me when people do that. Because even the toughest dudes that I've known in Chicago, Illinois, a lot of them be chill until you get on there with them. When you talk crazy, then they ready to jump up. Then they snap out of it. They turn into the character that they know to be in the street. But it's a lot of dudes that I know that's super tough as hell. They're just chill and funny and crack jokes or whatever. He want to be like, he always got this persona that he'll whoop everybody ass, and he ultra tough, and he the realest dude around, and he the realest, and all that. I don't know. Something about it just be annoying as hell. But I'm going to say this to Almighty Suspect. I don't got no animus against the brother. I just don't like all that overly tough shit. But I promise you, if you slap Butta, you're going to be in for the fight of your life. All right? I promise you. Butta done did time in Cook in the county. I'm not saying everybody in the county tough. I'm not saying everybody that went to Cook County Jail is tough. Right? I've only been to Cook County Jail to visit some of my loved ones. Okay? But the way I see some of them, and some of them dudes coming to the glass looking like savages and animals in there, and I heard Butta was in there thumping, and he won some fights in there. If he in there thumping and he in there winning some fights, ain't no hoeing dude. Ain't no hoe. I don't care what people might say about the Italian beef and Pepsi rumor about him being a snitch. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know. Despite all of that, I know you not just gonna pull his card. See me, I think Almighty Suspect let that little beating he put on little Kelpie. I think he let that go to his head, and he thinking that he just gonna whoop everybody ass, and he think his Butta don't look like he ultra tough, and Butta look like, he just a playful, giggly type of dude at certain times, or he think he just people think Butta some people think Butta a goofy or a lame. That you can play with him like that. I promise you. I put money on it. I got Butta whooping Almighty Suspect. I got him beating. I'm beating the skull cap off his head. I promise you. You hear me? If we was able to put a wager down, what they call it, the parlay, I don't even be betting. Man, I promise you, I ain't gonna lie. I put 50 on Butta. Might put 75 on Butta. You hear me? Shit, I might do a hundo. I don't know. Listen, I just don't see you just slapping Butta, and it ain't gonna be no severe repercussion. You hear me? I think Butta might drag you from pillar to post. You know what I'm saying? I think Butta might do you like Melvin did Jody on Baby Boy. It might be a situation like that. I think you might get done like one of them. Maybe you get hit with some shots that Debo finished Craig off with. And it's just, I'm not saying everybody from Chicago tough. I'm not saying everybody in Cook County Jail tough. But you ain't just finna just go on Butta like that now. He ain't in the county scrapping and he just gonna see you a podcaster. I'm not saying you not tough in your own right. But he ain't just finna just cower up and lay down and let you just slap him. You slap him, it's a beating come behind that. And you gonna have to be ready to swing and deliver out a beating too. You hear me? And you know what I mean? I just, bro. I got my bread on Butta. Butta might snatch your chains off your neck too, just for talking about his chains. Cause you talking about you can Google his chains, which you probably could. You probably could Google Butta chains. He probably did get him some love. I be having fake. This shit fake. I ain't balling. I ain't gonna even act like I am. And even if I had the bread, I get the fake shit too. Cause y'all would think it's real anyway. Cause I had the money. Fuck it. I'm doing my Chad Ochocinco act. But yeah, man. Like nah. I'm looking like alright. No, you think Butta goofy or whatever you think he play, man, listen. I got Butta beating the fruit flies out of him. Y'all know how Butta, y'all remember how Stone Cold Steve Austin whooped Booker T ass in the grocery store? I promise you it might be some shit like that on the set of No Jumper. Shit flying everywhere, almighty suspect getting tossed from here to there, everywhere. Might get thrown off the set like Uncle Phil used to throw Jazz out the house on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It might be some shit like that unless Almighty gonna have his guys there though. You know, he in LA, so he gonna have his guys on board and on standby, ready to come up there and try to flood Butta. But if it's a one-on-one scrap, I got my bread on Butta. You hear me? I got it on Butta. I think Butta might hit him with that, you hear me? You remember, what's his name? Remember when Deontay Wilder clipped Dominic Brazil? I think it might be one of them bitch. You know, Almighty get a nice little hit in real quick. And they like, oh shit, Almighty got you, Almighty. And then next thing you know, whoo, Thor's hammer dropping on him. And I think we might get down. You hear me? And I think the camera's gonna cut off. And No Jumper gonna get crazy up there, man. But I'm like, nah, dog. You ain't just slapping Butta and think you just finna just be just chilling and just kicked up with your feet up out here. You gonna have to pay some consequences and repercussions. Some repercussions, homie. You gonna have to, man. For real. You gonna have to have some consequences and repercussions to that shit. You feel me? Remember, man, y'all remember that video of the girl in the bathroom years and years ago? Her friends were hyping her up to beat up this other girl, and she was like, she's scared. She don't even want to fight. And she got her ass whooped like that. It might be one of them situations. Almighty get up there at the No Jumper. Them boys egging him on. Butta might catch him with some shit, surprise him, and it be over with. Like, I done seen dudes in the middle of fights thinking it's gonna go one way. And when they get hit with the first punch, I see their whole disposition change. Motherfuckers start getting a little, blinking their eyes and get a little, they not as gung-ho about coming forward and coming straight in swinging. They get the moving back a little bit. You know, they get a little tentative. See their eyes start closing when the punches come in. I didn't seen that. To start the fight off, they was all gung-ho brave, sticking their chin out in the air, ready to just do whatever. That first hit come, it should be a little harder than what you thought. You, oh shit. Now you on your toes. It might be one of those situations like that, man. Suspect got to be cool, man. He always being super, super tough. I don't like really overly tough dudes, man. For real. That's one thing I can say about Chicago. In Chicago, bro, you can't just be acting just tough all the time. I'm sure in LA you can't do that either. I'm just speaking for my city because that's all my experiences lie. In Chicago, you talking tough like that, bro, you gonna have to, people gonna want to see how tough. They ain't gonna just take your word for it that you tough. I always say that. They gonna say, show me. Prove to me you tough. Show me that you really, really tough like that. And they gonna go to hell and hot water to make you prove it. Okay? They gonna try to take you to the limit to make you prove that you tough. Because they want to show you that you ain't as tough as you say you are. They want to hold you out here. You feel me? So I think Butta gonna want to be like, hold on, man. Especially with the world, I think his back gonna be against the wall. The world already, then, you know, first Lil J had everybody calling him Italian beef and Pepsi, calling him a snitch and all this and all of that. And he like, yo, I'm tired. He tired of people playing with his name. He tired of people talking about his homies. He tired of the world clowning his homies out and, you know, siding with the other side and all of that. He like, yo, I'm tired of this shit, fam. Some dudes get tired one day and get the whooping ass. I'm telling you, shit might be it might be Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas. I'm not Evander Holyfield, I'm sorry. Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas might be one of them situations. It really might. Hey, Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.